Good morning, folks. Well, I guess it's morning for me. I don't know what it is for you. But we are going. Where's the camera? There. We are going on another dive tonight. But this dive is a little bit different because this is a blackwater dive. Now, what the heck is a blackwater dive? I'm not entirely sure, but I'm going to find out. So, if I could bring you along with me. What I do know right now is that it's similar to a night dive, but just amped up a little bit. So rather than having your flashlight on a reef or something like that, you tend to be kind of like suspended in the water and you're looking for like the pelagic. Insert definition of pelagic. Take time to read. Cool, continue. Rather than like your reef fish or whatnot. So that's my understanding. Regardless, I'm super amped for it. I think it's like bioluminescent type creatures you're gonna see. A lot of the, more little tiny. And will my GoPro pick it up? I'm not sure, but we're going to find out all of these things tonight. So I'm headed down to West Palm Beach and I'll be doing this dive with Pura Vida divers. I believe they do a blackwater dive every not Wednesday night. They do a blackwater dive every Thursday night and every Saturday night. So very excited about that. I've also heard that the lady on the boat wrote a book on blackwater diving. She's incredibly knowledgeable about it. So I'm hoping I might be able to pick her brain a little bit, ask her some questions, but we'll see. Social anxiety. So especially I'm gonna be diving with one of my followers over on Instagram actually. So I'm gonna be with a new person, also with a new dive charter. I try not to be really that social media obnoxious YouTuber, Instagrammer, influencer person. So we'll see. I like to be more respectful and organic about it. But regardless, I'm taking you with. You'll never see this if I don't get any good GoPro footage, but if I do, then wow, we're in for a ride. I will check back in later. So I got everything all charged up last night, so we are full batteries on my computer, my flashlight, and my GoPro, but I just came up with something that, I know you all were thinking it, and honestly, so was I. I am a genius. So let me just show you. So I took my other rig out and I put my little tray in there, and then this is my flashlight. And then I'm even going to put my dive computer right there, and everything's all nice and cushion kept up so I can, just protect it in my bag on the way down there. So come on, are you kidding me? So smart. Anyway, I just thought I'd show you.
Oh, yeah. I will be driving the boat tonight. I have Amber and Lawrence. When we get out of the slip, they're going to do the boat safety briefings to let you know where all the Coast Guard required safety equipment's at, as well as the amenities on board. And the most important one that you're going to use is the blackwater briefing. Do a real quick roll call, make sure I've got everybody on board. Answer yourself only. Christopher. Here. Dale. Here. Sheila. DeWalt. Yep. Evelyn. Here. Gail. Here. Ian. Here. Kelly. Here. Linda. Yep. Ned. Here. Olivia. Here. And Yusi. Here. All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and get out of slip. You can make sure your tank's properly bungeed in.
Secured.
We would appreciate it. All right, we're out of here.
Every night, if you're not aware, the diurnal migration is a migration of powerful microorganisms coming up from the deep water up through the shallower water column to feed on things like marine snow and release the things that have fallen into the ocean. So hopefully we'll see a lot of cool larval animals and critters out there. That is why we're going out after all. As he heads east, he is watching his depth finder and looking for a depth of around 730 feet. It's very deep tonight. You, of course, will not be going that deep at all. It's kind of a one one-way trip if you were to give it a shot. Please don't do that. The game plan is once we get out there, you'll see Amber and I start getting that drift rig ready over there. A big float ball on there has about 42, 43 feet of line on it. It also has about 45,000 lumens of light. Right? We're going to toss that into the water. It's going to hang down on it in 10-foot increments. We have some very bright lights that are hanging down there. So 10 foot, the first 10 feet on the first set. At 20 feet, there's an orange pumpkin that's lit up. At 30 feet, there's another set of lights. And at 40 feet hanging at the bottom is our brightest set of lights. They're all pointing downward. Now it's important to note, that is going to be your guide tonight. Once we toss that in the water, that is your job to follow that. Which brings me to rule number 1 of blackwater diving, which is do not lose the drift rig, right? That is your guide for the evening, so don't lose it. Now once you're on the surface, I recommend you have a little bit of air in your BCD. You can orient yourself on the surface. Look for that float ball on the distance, kind of get over kind of close to it to where you can see it. And then you can start descending. Descend nice and slow, keep an eye on that. Now of course, I say to keep an eye on the drift rig as you're descending down because there's no bottom. So you want to have a bottom to look at to orient yourself. Keep an eye on that drift rig as you're going down. Right? So we like to say to stay within that, you can stay anywhere between the surface and about 40 feet. That is a great area to explore tonight. Right? You don't really need to go any deeper. When we think about it, everything is everywhere. Now that being said, we're doing a 90-minute total dive. It's heads on the surface at 90 minutes, so keep an eye on your watch tonight, guys. Which brings me to rule number 2, which is do not blind the captain and crew. If you point the lights at the boat, you're gonna blind us. It's already hard enough trying to see you guys out there at night, so please keep your light pointed at yourself. I'd rather have you blind yourself than you blind people trying to get you back on the boat. Which brings me to rule number 3, listen to the captain and crew. So when we're telling you to do something, please do it, especially when you're in the water there. So we have don't blind the captain and crew, don't lose the drift rig, and listen to the captain and crew. Alright, any questions? I know that was a lot of information. She recorded it all, so if you need to know something, you can just rewind it for you. If you want to know what we're looking for tonight, anything in this book is great. Awesome Linda over here. I'm going to point her out. Author of this book as well as Susan Mears. Feel free to look through. Remember one thing as well tonight, guys, scale things size-wise. Think this big, not this big. Sometimes you do get bigger jellies, bigger foam jellies. These everything's tiny, very small. Okay, I'm done talking. Are you sick of me yet?
Give me a synopsis of the dive.
So, very interesting. Definitely blackwater. Definitely need to have your buoyancy under control and your depth perception. Make sure you're always watching that watch. Definitely very many interesting things to see that I haven't seen before. A different experience than anything I've ever experienced diving before. It's really cool.
A little bit of vertigo.
A little bit, but
Worth.
yes.
Okay, I would describe that experience as like swimming in like a galaxy.
Yes.
That's like exactly what it was like. It was very much like all like very celestial, galaxy-like dive. It was, yeah, 10 out of 10 would recommend. You're the blackwater profession, or what do you call it? Aficionado?
There you go. That's what there. It's time to go home.
All right, so if you had to explain blackwater diving to someone who has no idea what it is, how would you explain it?
Okay, first, black means it's a night dive. So we go out at night, and the reason we do it, we go out really deep where there's no reef, because there's this vertical migration that takes place every night in the ocean, where animals come up from the deep to surface to feed, and the whole food chain comes up. So it happens every single night in the ocean, this mass migration. So we're out there to see some of these unusual creatures that you don't see any other time of day. And it's all new and different. It's a whole new world.
Awesome. And then how did you get into blackwater diving?
I was doing a lot of muck diving. I like to hunt for things. I really like to find new things and learn about them. So when they started doing this boat started doing them about 8 years ago. I thought, well, this is something new and different. I love night dives to begin with. And I did a couple of these dives and I got hooked. And I've done over 400 of them now. So I just love, again, I like the hunting. I like finding new things and then try to idea it and figure out what it is.
Awesome. And then would you say that would be your favorite part about blackwater diving, or is there something else that's your favorite part?
My favorite part is the challenge of finding things and then hooking up with scientists to try to figure out. We didn't know what any of this was.
Right.
So we built up relationships with some of the scientists and they helped us idea it. And in return, we take pictures of the stuff in its natural environment.
Right.
What they call in situ.
Mm-hmm.
And before that, the scientists used nets to trawl behind the boat. And so when they brought things up, they were all mangled and they had no clue what they looked like in the water column. So it was a trade-off. We showed them what they really looked like and they told us what they were.
Ah, gotcha. That's cool. That's really cool. Okay, so you wrote the book on blackwater diving. So tell me a little bit about the book and then like where it's available if people want to get it.
The reason behind the book is that a bunch of people come out on the dive for the first time and we say, what did you see? And they say, I saw lots of stuff, but I don't know what it was.
Me, that's what I said.
Everybody. So my friend and I we're both heavy into the photography and I'm really heavy into the learning. She's the designer. And so we started using our images and putting together the book. And it's really for the divers to understand what they're seeing and a little bit of the history of the animal or the behavior or, what the animal's there for, etc. So it was really to help everybody on the boat learn about these things. Because the more people learn about it, again, the more they'll protect it and they'll be interested in it and everything. So the book is available online at blackwatercreatures.com. And it's available in the local dive shops, both 4C and Pure Vita.
Oh, awesome. Sweet. All right, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Glad you had a good dive.
Yes, I did very much. Well, what an absolute gem of a woman. That's Linda. She's so sweet. She was a little nervous to be on camera, but she did great. And I learned a lot from her, so I appreciate her taking the time to answer those questions for me. Also, she brought brownies, and they are delicious. So now I'm headed home. Gonna go to bed and I'm gonna crash hard tonight, so I'll see you guys on the next adventure.
You guys figuring out the meaning of life?
One day at a time.
It's 42.
Ah, yeah. already got that one sorted.
Yeah, that's good.
Alrighty.
Nope. Wait, can I just switch the camera without